Hello, Greg from Balloon Market here and welcome to BMTV. Right, I'll start with a couple of things I need to tell you about. The first is our balloon releases and our take on balloon releases. If you remember, a few weeks ago I talked about how we don't support balloon releases. We have in the past, we don't anymore. We believe it's littering. What goes up is going to come down somewhere, even if it's not in your own back garden, but it's going to come down somewhere. So for that reason, amongst others, we have decided that we don't support balloon releases. So we won't sell to people that we know are going to be using the balloons and the nets and things like that for balloon releases. So we would like to encourage you to join us in that stance. So we've written a bit of a blog explaining about that stance, but we understand that it's difficult. If you sell products for balloon releases and you make money from products from balloon releases, you can't just stop selling them. So we've come up with some alternatives. So there's another blog article with some alternatives there that you might be able to create a spectacle or raise that money for whatever charity it is you're raising money for. So head over to the blog. Those two articles are there. If you've got any ideas on other ways to raise money, please leave some comments. Please let us know. We're just looking for as many alternatives as possible to balloon releases. Right, I've got some good news. We are starting another series of shows called BMTV Balloon Basics. Now these are teeny tiny little shows, 2-3 minutes long, basically telling you about the basics of the balloon industry. So the technical aspects, what you need to know. As an example, how to tie a knot in a latex balloon. Now these are going to be going out probably on Mondays, and it will probably be every couple of weeks, not every week, but BMTV Balloon Basics is what we've called it. Now we won't be sending that out on the weekly email. We will only be uploading that to YouTube. You might see them on Facebook as well, if we have time to do that. But to make sure that you do see them or you're informed when we upload those, you just need to subscribe on YouTube and set your notifications. But yeah, we won't be sending those out on the weekly email. That will just be the normal BMTV. Right, now, tonight, England are playing, as are Wales, in the Euros. So good luck to England and good luck to Wales. I understand that England only need a draw to get through to the next stage. So fingers crossed. Now, if they do get through, then we've got some England flags here. We've got the bigger ones that you can wave like that, so we've got the handheld ones. If they don't get through, well, we're probably not going to sell many of those. So fingers crossed they'll get through. But Wales, good luck to you guys as well. Now, big trend at the moment is Alice in Wonderland, Mad Hatter, Tea Party style of theme for parties. And so we've got some in from Unique. This is the Mad Hatter theme, and it is quite funky. It's got the plates, the napkins and all the rest of it. It's probably inspired somewhat by the new Tim Burton film Alice Through the Looking Glass, but it's a funky little range there. Now the next thing that this is going to be the next big thing. Now we're told that all the time. Salesmen come in and say, oh, this is going to be the next big thing. Oh yeah, you want to get that? Oh, this is going to be awesome. And you're like, yeah, okay, whatever. This really is going to be the next big thing. It's Finding Dory, which is the sequel to Finding Nemo, which came out in 2003, which seems like yesterday. And we still sell Finding Nemo balloons and party supplies now. So that gives you an idea of the longevity of this brand. Now, the reason I know it's going to be a big thing, it's just had its first weekend in the States, and it is the biggest grossing animated film of all time ever. Beats Toy Story, beats all of them. Biggest animated film ever. £93 million, I think it works out to be $138 million is what it took in the first weekend, 2 days, $138 million, bonkers. So I think it's clear to say that will be a success. It's not going to be a quick overnight thing. It's going to be the sort of thing that's going to sell for 5-10 years. As I say, we're still selling Nemo stuff. So I've inflated a couple of the balloons. It's only the balloons we've got at the moment. Hopefully the party supplies are going to be following. So that's the Bubble balloon from Qualitex. I think that's Nemo on there as well from the last film. Here's one of the foil balloons from Anagram. So it's just a square foil. It's the same on both sides, that one. And then there's some others. We've got the Happy Birthday square foil, got the latex balloons, got the Airwalker, got the Super Shape, and got the little inflator fun. As I say, just the balloons at the moment, but hopefully party supplies will be following soon. Now, other new balloons. These also by anagram. The orbs. Now, but I feel the orbs are starting to get there. They're starting to have some good designs, starting to take a little bit more traction. They're doing okay. So they've introduced, well, obviously emojis are really popular at the moment. So that has been, going crazy. So we've got the emoji one there. And there's this funky one as well. Happy birthday to you. It's made to look a bit more like a confetti balloon. We're talking a bit more about confetti balloons in a minute. And a few others there as well. There's some that I've not brought up, but these are all newish designs. Well, they're all new designs. And then we've got this one. Now, this is one of the most vibrant balloons I think I've ever seen. And I saw this and the first thing I thought was gay pride. It's perfect for gay pride parades. Probably a bit too late by the time you watch this to get it for, you probably would be able to still get it for this weekend, for the London Gay Pride parade. I understand there's one in Brighton next week and there's something in Manchester in a few weeks' time. And I guess there's parades all over the place over the coming months throughout the summer. So it's good for that. The other thing I thought, it's very unicorn. The reason I say that is if any of you are on Snapchat, I'm on Snapchat, yeah, because I'm down with the kids, there's something called a filter on there, and you scan your face with your phone, and then you can choose filters, and there's one that you become a unicorn and you open your mouth and rainbow comes out of your mouth. So that could be unicorny. It could just be for people that like rainbows, but it's really vibrant. It's made of a sort of plastic material similar to the jelly bean balloons from APAC. But yeah, I think it's a really nice, vibrant balloon. Right, back to these confetti balloons I was telling you about. Do you remember last week I showed you a pack of confetti and said you could put this inside clear balloons? Well, these are some more that we've just had come in. I think they came in yesterday, actually. And these are confetti balloons, so they're clear balloons. There's a little plastic sheet that you roll into a funnel, and it comes with a confetti. So you've got the gold one, and you've got the colourful one. Now the confetti is slightly smaller. Remember I showed you the confetti last week, another pack of confetti that you can just put in the clear balloons. Slightly smaller than that. And we've heard things about, oh, it never looks as good as it looks on Instagram or Pinterest, and it falls to the bottom of the balloon. So we thought we'd do our own personal experiment. So we've been experimenting. So there is one thing I would say: if you burst one of these balloons with a confetti in, it makes a bit of a mess. This is the office earlier when we burst one. So just be aware of that. The first one, let me show you this first one. This is one we inflated with air, just air alone. So we got the Qualitex balloon pump, you know, the little green one, and we put the confetti in and then we inflated it, and the confetti went round and round, and I don't know if that helped to put static into the confetti or the balloon, but you can see it stuck quite well. And this was a couple of hours ago that we did this. So if you knock it, obviously the confetti is all going to fall. But that's filled with air, so that's pretty good. I'm just going to put that one there for now. And then we thought, okay, well, most people would probably want to helium fill these. Let's fill one with helium. And this is the helium-filled one. As you can see, there's a lot less confetti on there. So I don't know if it's the properties of air. If there's any physicists out there that know why that's not worked as well as that, please let me know. I'm not a physicist, I've no idea. But then we thought, okay, well, is there some middle ground? So what Rachel did, she got the balloon, filled it with air, put the confetti in, filled it with air, let the air out, and then filled it with helium. And this was the result. So I think that's pretty impressive. So that's floating. Like I say, it was a couple of hours ago this was done. But they're still sticking to the side. If you knock it, I have to be honest, we did knock it at one point, and the confetti falls down into the bottom. You can see there's a pool of confetti at the bottom there. And we thought, well, how do we get it to stick again? Well, Megan had a great idea. Do you remember when you're a kid and you rub a balloon on your head and you stick it on the ceiling or on the wall? So Megan decided she was going to do that. Not on her own head. Oh no, she had to do it on James's head. So James, thank you for being such a good sport. And Megan, thanks for that great idea, I think. I hope you and James are still friends. But it seemed to work. It re-staticized the balloon or the confetti. No idea if that's a word, but that's what it did. And I think you'll agree, it's pretty good. So there you go. If anybody has any other tips or any better tips on how to get a confetti to stick to the balloons like this, please do let us know. Right, next week on the show we have John Bowler from Bappier coming in, the chief executive of Bappier. He's going to come in and tell us all about Bappier, a bit about him as well. And we do actually talk a little bit about balloon releases as well. So tune in next week for that. Question of the week this week. What is your favourite all-time film, of all time, ever? Favourite film? Leave a comment below on YouTube or Facebook. Thank you so much for subscribing. Thanks for watching. Have a great week, and I'll see you next week. Thanks, bye. Right, now I'm going to talk a little bit about stock. Remember a few weeks ago, I was getting very excited about 16-ounce cups, and I said, we've got a new range coming, can't say very much yet. Well, here it is. It's the 16-ounce cups and the whole Emoji range. Now, emojis are very, very popular at the moment. Even people of my age are using emojis on their phones. Get them out, as you can see. They're little spheres. And then you just get your fingernails in between and split that open. And then you've got a little tab there that says pull. You just pull that, and then the little LED light goes on. Pop that back on top there, and there you go. There you have it. It's a sort of slow flash. So you can imagine if you've got multiple balloons, then they'd all be flashing at different times. So that'll just be a lovely effect around the room. Decorated a whole room.